Hello, we are FlowStick Ensemble. Welcome to our next chapter of our masterclass series. And it is the first time that we can record for you sitting together.
Today we're going to talk about receiving criticism, and it actually correlates with the topic we had today. We're talking about sensitivity and how it's difficult for sensitive people to receive any criticism. So I hope this video will be helpful for you, and let's get started.
Criticism is something hard that many musicians need to get used to. Although it influenced for the mental health of many people, even we know many friends who gave up music just because of that, because they couldn't manage to be criticized all the time.
Now we'll start a little bit on a personal note. So what is the worst criticism that you've ever gotten?
I don't remember the worst at all. For sure it depends on the situation and on the person, because if the person is very important for you, then it is the most stressful and the most painful when the person is saying something negative. If someone is nervous, if someone is maybe jealous,
Angry at
Yeah.
you, or like disappointed. I think this disappointment is also the feeling that we don't want. I remember for me, I have this like one comment that was really hurtful. I was preparing a really long time for a competition. I put a lot of effort, and I went there and I was actually happy about my performance, and I was so confident on the stage, and of course it wasn't perfect, but it was something I was proud of. But then I went to the jury, and one of the members told me that I play like a terrorist. If you receive this kind of comment, it was really hurtful. I think we should start from preparing before we receive a criticism. If you know you're gonna go for some competition, or you have a really important exam, just maybe even 1 month before or 2 weeks before, when you start playing in front of others or in front of your friends, use this time also to prepare yourself for receiving a criticism. You should start for the most kind criticism you can get. That means getting it from your friends or your family. Any person you feel really comfortable about their comments, I think you should start to look for their comment on your playing.
yeah, maybe you can take your mates, which are in similar level, which are probably playing similar repertoire, so they know your feelings, they know with what you're fighting, and they can advise you at best. We are starting with the friends, but of course the friends are not our teachers, so later we should push ourselves to take some close teacher from your university, your personal teacher, and finally go for master classes, for competition, and take the criticism from the best professionals.
Try not to avoid this step, because many times we're like, oh, we are so scared of criticism that we will avoid any opportunity to get any, and this may cause you more harm than good. It can actually stress you more, because if you don't receive any criticism and you go for the competition, big competition, when many times jury is just also stressed and I think tired, and they have so many people to give comments. Sometimes they just don't have this personal connection with you.
We need to remember also that music is something very subjective. We need to find the common sense of all of that. We cannot change everything if one person will criticize us, but from the other side we cannot push away everything and that we hear. We need to analyze very good what is worth for us and what is not. Just because it's not our personality, our style, it's not something what we believe in and we are persuaded for.
So what actually happens when we have this face-to-face conversation with the member of the jury or our teacher? We should try to be calm and actually be more strategic about our attitude and our behavior. And what I mean by that is to try to distance yourself from the situation and be an observer of the situation. When you talk to the member of the jury, you can, for example, feel like you are a camera observing as many details as possible, taking as many information possible, but don't try to engage emotionally with what the person is saying. It will help you to reflect on the things, it will help you to remember more information, and also that you are not gonna get angry or emotional in front of the person you are talking to.
I know, like, being in the competition, you feel that it is the most important moment for you, but this person with whom you are talking very often has 20 or 30 people like you. So don't worry and try to understand another side.
Yeah, and also if you receive a really negative comment that is not constructive criticism but just rude, think about it, that it's about this person who is talking to you. I think that the next thing that we want to talk about, how to actually collect all this data and make a use out of it. Use like any type of journal, and that will help you to write down every comment you get, and you can categorize it on the like good things and the things that you can be proud of, which we really recommend to write because we forget it like the fastest, because our brain actually remembers the negative stuff, because the negative things will protect us in the future. So that's how our brain is wired. So we have to remind ourselves and put it somewhere, write a note that we made a progress, we improved so many things, so don't skip that part.
Write the list of good and bad stuff. And for knowing which criticism is constructive for you, which not, analyze what commentary is repeated from various people. Because if many people is saying you the same stuff, then you need to take it serious way. We are talking about it almost in every video, but record yourself and then be the best critic for yourself.
And use also these advices for yourself. If you want to criticize and learn from your video how you play, try to be this good teacher who first notice the good things and then, okay, we can improve something.
So I think the most important thing for learning how to receive criticism is building your self-confidence. And because when you are self-confident in a healthy way, then everything is much easier and you can improve the best as a musician. You need to have positive motivation for playing. You need to play because you love music, not because you want to be better than anyone. I loved when my teacher was always repeating that when you are going for competition, you need to compete with yourself.
I think being a musician is very challenging, and we need to work not only on our playing, but also on ourselves
and mental health.
Yeah.
It is important to feel free on the stage and not to be afraid, because by feeling your emotions, you can improve your playing, because it's about that.
And also some technical problems. I can see that for myself. There are things that I was struggled with for years, and when I just changed approach to it and started thinking a little bit differently about it, then it actually improved.
We hope that we helped you, and subscribe our channel, and see you next time.
Bye!
Bye!